Hello, friend. Wishing you a joyful holiday season and welcome to another episode of Heart to Heart with Abagaba. Today's guest is someone whose work is all about connection, kindness, and reminding us of our shared humanity. Nicholas Adkins is the founder of Pinksocks Life, a global movement of over 300,000 people who believe in changing the world through simple acts of love, heart speak, hugs, and gifting. He's also the author of the new book, Pink Socks: How a Pair of Socks Became a Symbol of Love and Connection, a book written as a gentle invitation to slow down, see one another, and choose kindness in every moment. All proceeds from the book support Pinksocks Life, Inc., a nonprofit dedicated to spreading connection, kindness, and love around the world. Stay with me, more in a moment. Hi, I'm Abby Dominguez. This is Heart to Heart with Abagaba podcast, and I'm so glad you're here. I spent over a decade as a nanny and teacher, learning from children and families around the world. Now I bring those lessons to you, heart to heart conversations with people from all walks of life, sharing stories of love, laughter, and resilience that remind us of the power of connection and community. Subscribe today and join our village of heart to heart listeners. Nick, welcome to Heart with Abagaba.
Abagaba, it's good to see you. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome, and it's such a joy to finally meet you. Thank you for all the love, kindness, and connection you continue to spread in this world.
Oh, likewise. I'm grateful for you.
So, I want to start at the beginning. What inspired the Pink Socks movement?
Well, the Pink Sox movement, now 10 years old. April was our 10th birthday. And
Oh,
so
happy
I
10th
know.
birthday. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Yeah, we're a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. It's a global movement about spreading love and kindness. And it's all built on this ethos of gifting. And really, how it all began was, years ago, and probably 2014-ish. I was a co-founder in a health tech startup in Portland, Oregon. And when you're in a startup, it's like your full-time job is asking for money. So we were out raising money from VC firms, and we were on a trip down to San Francisco to meet with some VC folks. And we're Andrew Richards and I, he was our one of our co-founders, chief technology officer at that company. And we were sitting out at the pool one morning in San Francisco at the Phoenix Hotel having coffee. And there was an older couple that was visiting from Israel that was sitting right next to us. And uh, the man's name was Shlomo. And he had the most infectious smile, just so nice. And he was commenting on on these socks that I was wearing. So, back up in 2012, I started to wear kilt. So I only wear kilts. And when you wear a kilt, you have to wear fun socks. So that
Right.
day, I had on these fun, they were like robot monkey socks. And he was just so grooving on these socks. And I said, well, listen, don't go anywhere. Stay here. I think I've got a brand new pair of these in my bag back in the room. I'll be right back. So I went up there and came back down and gifted Shlomo these pair of socks. And you would have thought that I gave him the keys to the city of San Francisco. I mean, he was so happy that, that he had received these socks as a gift. And when Andrew and I walked away from there, I said, listen, that was incredible. I mean, did you see how happy a simple pair of socks made
Oh,
them? And so we were trying to decide, which conferences to go to and start socializing ourselves and the company that we're trying to get going. And I found a, a conference that's like the Super Bowl of healthcare IT professionals, and it was going to be in Chicago in 2015. I said, listen, we're going to go to that conference, and I'm going to get us 100 pair of these pink socks, knee-high pink socks with black
Love it.
mustache handlebar mustaches on them. Because I had all of these fun, funky socks. I mean, I didn't have anything but cool socks. I had, T-Rexes, pugs, corgis,
Hmm.
tacos, Sasquatch, rainbows, unicorns, you name it. But
Hmm.
the ones that seemed to get the most, hey, I love those socks. Those are cool. Those are fun. Those are funky, were the pink ones. So I said, Andrew, look,
Oh,
you put 50 pair in your little backpack. I'm going to put 50 pair in my little backpack. And we're going to go rolling in there. And every time somebody says, hey, what's the story with you guys' socks? We're going to gift them a pair of socks and say, I'm Nick. This is Andrew. What's your name? Just connect. And we had no idea that doing that, and we started using the hashtag pink socks, always one word, always plural. And it went viral at that conference. And we went from being people that nobody had ever heard of to taking over the conference and being invited like day one to come meet with our CEO, come meet with our chief medical officer, come meet with our CTO. I mean, we're talking like Walgreens, Dell, Intel, Microsoft. We're just like, what? And so we really had a lot of fun gifting pink socks in Chicago at that event.
that's
Yeah. And we had no
beautiful.
idea that it would become a thing. And so we kept doing it. And then 2017, I got invited to come do a TED Talk in San Francisco. And when they called, I was like, well, what do you want me to come talk about? I thought probably telemedicine because the technology that we had created was basically around telemedicine. And they're like, no, we want you to come talk about the pink socks movement.
Oh,
And I was like, wait, it's not a movement. It's just a bunch of happy, smiley people gifting each other pink socks and playing on Twitter. And they're like, no, it's a movement, and we want you to come tell the story. And so
oh,
that was really the first that, we're like, what? Um, so yeah, and it's just grown and grown and grown. And so now over 300,000 pairs of pink socks have been gifted all around the world. And
that's
it's fun to
amazing.
get on social media and see that hashtag and see where people are that are gifting pink socks today.
That's amazing. I love how something simple became something so meaningful.
Yeah, well, there was no plan. It just happened organically on its
Mhm.
own. And after a year, that first year of gifting pink socks along the way, Andrew and I we were decided, we have to go back to that same conference of those 42,000 IT professionals. And that next year in 2016, it was in Orlando. And I said, well, we can't do pink socks. We have to do something different. And I'm literally sitting on my sofa talking on the phone to Andrew about this. And all of a sudden I get a DM on Twitter and somebody said, hey, Nick, did you send some pink socks to somebody in the Netherlands? I'm like, no, why? And I looked in my DM and there was a guy who in the Netherlands who had sourced pink socks on his own and was gifting them to help drive awareness for the work that he's doing in Alzheimer's and dementia care.
Oh,
I know. I was like, what? And then immediately another DM comes in. It's from somebody said, Nick, did you give some pink socks to somebody in Wales? Like,
wow.
no. And there's a guy in Wales that was sourcing pink socks and gifting them to help drive awareness for the work that he does around ataxia, which is a rare disease.
Oh,
And it's at that moment we knew that it had gone organic and taken a life of its own. And so we just like, well, let's keep it going and we'll use this to celebrate each other and what people are doing good things in their communities around the world to try to help make a difference.
yes, yes.
And it's just grown and grown and grown.
Wow.
Yeah.
So my follow-up question was going to be for listeners who are hearing about Pink Socks Life for the first time, how would you describe it? But you said it so well, and I'm just so fascinated by the whole story. That is
Thanks.
such good work. Oh my goodness.
Thank you. Thank you. Our website is really the best place to go to check us out. It's pinksocks.life. That's also our Instagram account if you want to see a bunch of happy, smiley people in pink socks. I wrote this book that just got published last month, and it tells the story of pink socks,
Mhm.
how a pair of socks became a symbol of love and connection. People have been saying for years, Nick, you should write a book. And I was like, no, no, no. And then finally, uh, who would become my editor, Jonathan Reckenthal, is a former chief technology officer of the city of Palo Alto and a very well accomplished author and global speaker. he really just kept persuading me that now's the time to write the book. And I'm really glad I waited to write the book. I believe the book needed these 10 years to write itself. These stories
Hmm.
had to come to fruition. And the book really is a collection of stories and heart speak about how we can show up with kindness in each now. You know, it's the world can sometimes feel dark and fractured.
Yeah.
And I felt like the book now is a good time. Maybe we all need a reminder to show up with love and kindness. It's an intentional thing to do. And once we put the intention into it, it's just so easy to show up and be kind to the person, one person at a time, whether it's standing in line at the grocery store or the post office or sitting on the bus.
Yes.
There's so many opportunities to just take our earbuds out and get off of our phones and
Oh,
say, "Hey,
yeah.
I'm Nick. What's your name? It's good to
Hmm.
see you." And it's
Hmm.
those magic moments of connection is what I tried to capture in the book.
Hmm.
And I when I was writing the book, I looked at it as I have three audiences that I need the book to speak to. And so the first audience, we'll call the first circle, are the people who are already in the Pink Sox tribe, right? So this
Hmm.
lots and lots of people that already know what Pink Sox is. I had to write it for them. So, kind of detail some more of the backstory of things maybe not everyone was aware of in the beginning.
Hmm.
And then the second circle, the second audience, which is larger, are the people that heard about Pink Socks, but they don't have their Pink Socks yet. And then the third circle, which is the largest audience, which is really what set the direction that the book would take, are the people that have no idea what this is. So the book and the message had to speak to everyone's heart with a universal message of showing up with love and kindness. So I wrote the book for you because you've never heard of us before. So
Yes.
as you read the book, I hope it speaks to your heart
Yes.
and is a good reminder of all of our humanity's connection as, we're all so much more alike, so much more similar than we are different.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
world needs reminders like this.
Yeah.
As you were talking, oh, wow, there's a lot that we do not know because I want to thank you so much for coming on my podcast because I would never have known, maybe I would never have known about pink socks. So I'm just really fascinated
I'm
and just
grateful. Yeah.
so in awe. And I love that I can also share with my listeners who may not have heard of pink socks. So we're going to keep this movement going. So
Yeah.
the community is now over 300,000 people. That's amazing. What do you think draws people to it so powerfully?
Yeah. Abby, I don't know. And, we're often asked, how many people do you believe are in this Pink Sox tribe around the world? And we don't really have a true accounting other than we know how many pairs of pink socks that we put out into the flow, and that's over 300,000. But through the years, there's been a, a gazillion stickers, these Love More stickers, which is our logo,
Mhm.
um, necklaces, cufflinks, earrings, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, ties, dog collars, cat collars. I mean, hair scrunchies, you name it. It's just
Mhm.
people have, because we open sourced our logo from the very beginning because we wanted people to just have fun with it. So
Mhm.
people, have made and gifted all kinds of things that are Pink Socks related. So there really is no true number about how many people are this thing
Mhm.
is touched.
Right. Mhm.
I like to I've kind of been doing this from the beginning. Once we surpassed 100,000 pairs of pink socks, I would say, well, listen, imagine if there's today around the world, and we'll just use 100,000 for simple math.
Mhm.
If 100,000 of us today can have one connection each, someone sees our pink socks and says, "Hey, I like those. Those are cool." That's one. What if
Mhm.
we do two each? What if 100,000 of us do five connections today? 10, 20, 50. Oh my, the
Mhm.
exponential ripple effect of goodness that throws around the
Oh,
world
yeah.
every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. And so keep doing that. Every time somebody says, "Hey, I like your socks," or "I like your sticker," or, that's the opportunity to get off your phone and connect. And
Yes.
and that connection, Abby, that connection is the real gift
It's the
because
real gift. Yeah.
oftentimes we confuse connectivity with connection. Connectivity is what you and I are doing right now on this
Hmm.
call.
Hmm.
It's what we do with our phones. That's just connectivity.
Hmm.
Connectivity is allowing you and I to have a connection. And
Hmm.
so this sharing our heart speak, sharing how we feel, speaking to each other, listening, sharing space with each other, that connection is the magic. And so, all of us as humans, we crave connection. We
Hmm.
crave it. It's
Yes.
hardwired in our brainstem. It's encoded in our DNA. Every single human on this planet wants to connect with someone
Hmm.
else.
Hmm.
And so when we realize that how much power is in this sense of connection, when we lean into that with love, we love more, we fear less, right? We let go of all the fear and we lean into love, and we realize that we're all so connected. In each one of those moments of connection is where the magic happens, and it allows room for so much healing individually and collectively, as a whole species. And we
Hmm.
can see each other and the other person. We can see ourselves in that face looking back at us. So
Hmm.
it's nothing new. It's an
Hmm.
old message that's been handed down, and it's just a reminder. So I think as you read through the book and it speaks to your heart, you'll go, "Oh yeah, I know this already. Oh, I'm so glad to be reminded."
Yeah.
Social media and the news, and oh my goodness, the algorithms. There's so much fear and so much negative stuff, and just
Hmm.
so this Pink Socks is an opportunity for you to let go of those algorithms and move back into heart space.
Yes.
Our
Yes.
heart, our heart already knows the way. All we have to do is follow it.
Hmm. I was just thinking that, listening to you, and I'm just so into this. And I'm like, pink socks really speak to the heart of what people are craving.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just love that. And I love how you said love more, fearless. No, fearless, love more.
Love more,
Love
fear
more.
less. Yeah,
Love
love
more,
more, fear
fearless.
less.
Yes.
And you know that in every now there's a choice of love and fear. Love and fear are coexisting all the time.
Hmm.
And so we have to make a conscious decision,
Hmm.
an intentional effort to choose love
Yes.
and to show up with all the attributes of love, whether it's empathy, kindness, compassion, cooperation, sympathy, anti-bullying, all the stuff that makes good humans. Or do we give into the things of fear? Fear is anger and resentment and racism and xenophobia and homophobia and bigotry and that whole list.
Hmm.
And so once we start practicing choosing these attributes of love, it just becomes easier and easier because it's what everyone wants.
Yeah.
I've I've always said that the ethos of Pinksocks Life transcends all political ideologies and geopolitical boundaries.
Hmm.
And that's what love does. That's what love is. And
Hmm.
so, you know, if we find ourselves in a time where people are very polarized, um, they're not so polarized. We're not so polarized when we're one on one.
Yeah.
When we get away from the team
Hmm.
and we just connect as individuals, like I say, in these magical moments, sometimes it's just standing in line at the post office to be nice and to,
Hmm.
smile and have a conversation and just show up in the now. Because in the now, there's there's nothing in the now but now and love. And if say to you standing in line at the post office,
Hmm.
well, everybody's in a hurry and maybe some people in line are impatient and this trip to the post office is ruining their day because they're in a hurry. Uh, I usually say out loud to people in the post office line, I say, look, congratulations, we're getting an opportunity to practice patience today. This is
Ooh.
our own meditation time to practice patience.
I
And
love that.
and so you can
I might I might
shift the
steal
way the
that one.
experience is. Yeah.
I might steal that one, and I'll if we connect again some way somehow, I'll let you know how that went.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I want to go back to your book right now. Do you have a favorite story from the book that still moves you when you think about it?
Well, yeah, I mean the each chapter in the book was very emotional to write. It's my first book I've ever written. I consider it to be the most difficult task I've ever done. I mean, I've
It's
started
hard. Writing
companies.
is hard.
Yeah, I've started companies. I've, survived business school, got an MBA back in the day, and I had to do a lot of papers and all kinds of stuff. And oh my goodness. But writing this book was by far the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life. And
Congratulations, you did it.
well, thank you. And I'm going to give a lot of thanks to Jonathan Reichenthal for making me do it. He kept pushing me, pushing me, pushing me. Um, but it's difficult to determine what to include and what to leave out because there's just so
Hmm.
much. And each story for me, I can remember how I felt in those moments and the heartspeak that I was holding space for and sharing in each of those chapters. Do I have a favorite? I don't know. I mean, I love the captain about the astronaut. Um, there's, I guess, five astronauts now that have pink socks. Our first one was Captain John A. McBride, who was a NASA astronaut pilot on two of the space shuttle missions.
Nice.
He's a naval aviator, flew, Top Gun, flew the point plane in the Blue Angels and went on up to NASA. That's a favorite story of mine.
Hmm.
The teacher, how we got involved with schools along the way. In the US, we're now 34 schools in 9 states helping those teachers with their social emotional learning curriculum for
Oh, I
kids
love it.
pre-K through high school, wear their pink socks every Monday and have a period that day teaching those kindness attributes so that kids learn early on that they're all in this together.
Yeah.
That's chapter 6 called The School. So chapter 5 of The Teacher, very, very emotional chapter to write. I think when you read that chapter, you'll know. Um, and then I guess chapter 2 is it's called The Meaning. And it really was how I learned what it meant for me early on. So again, if we started in 2015, in 2016, I was at a conference at Stanford Med in California, and I met a patient advocate who was also a patient at that conference. And so this is 2016. This is pre-COVID, so the world wasn't wearing masks at that
Mhm.
time, but this gentleman was, and he came up to me after my talk and said, "Do you have a minute?" I said, "Yeah." And he's wearing a surgical mask, and he tells me his story. His name is John, and like I say, this is chapter 2 in the book, and he tells me, why he's wearing the mask and that he's has a full lung transplant. Both lobes of his lung were a gift from a donor. And as he tells me that story, and I'm going to save it I want you to read it in the book. And there's
Okay.
also a QR code on that chapter that you can go deeper into that story in John's own words. So
Mm.
throughout the book has QR codes that kind of let you go deeper into the story or go to the original posting or picture or whatever's being referenced.
Right.
So it's interactive. But yeah, that I'm very, very grateful that John and I saw each other early on in the journey and that I learned what this thing was really about. It was way more than just gifting pink socks and posting pictures on Twitter and having fun. It was really about stopping and listening to everyone's story.
Mhm.
And Abby, everyone, all of us, everyone has a story. All we have to do is stop and listen.
Yeah.
And when we stop and listen and share space with someone, our holding space for their story is the gift that we're giving them, and the story that they're sharing with us, their heart speak, is their gift to us. So
Wow, that's
don't
powerful.
don't don't miss every one of those opportunities to share in that.
That
They're
is
out there all the
powerful.
time.
All the time. That is so
Yeah.
powerful. And I want to thank you for including teachers in your book. I can't really wait to read it. I'm just like super curious.
Yeah, I will tell you that. I mean, throughout all the book, but man, just have some tissues ready.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
it,
What's the word?
yeah,
Tear
yeah,
jerkers, what is it? Yeah.
yeah. It's a tearjerker. And I
Wow.
read the reviews, the early reviews that have been coming in, and it's I'm grateful that the book is speaking to people's hearts
Mhm.
like I had hoped and intended that it would. So I have no doubt that it's gonna
Speaks
blow
to
your
my
heart
heart. Blowing
even
my heart.
wider open than it is now. So you'll just be beaming and
Oh
radiating
my
with
goodness.
love. Yeah.
Oh, I just can't wait. And I wanted to just spoke, you use the phrase heart speak often. What does that mean to you?
Heart speak means you showing up as your true, authentic self
Hmm.
and in the moment. When you open up your heart and let it speak, well, you're being vulnerable. And that vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. Yeah. And when we share space with each other's vulnerability, that's when we see that, hey, I'm vulnerable too. And we
Yeah.
share in that vulnerability, it makes both of us stronger. It makes more connection, more compassion, more empathy, more humanity. That's when we really see ourselves in each other. That's where the connection is.
That resonates. That deeply resonates. So many people are longing for that presence.
Yeah. I mean, think about, when every time I see someone new on the path, whether they're commenting on my socks or my kilt or my beard or my hat or my sticker or whatever it is, I stop and I say, "Hey, it's good to see you. I'm Nick. What's your name?"
Hmm.
And they'll say, "Well, I'm Abby." And I say, "Abby, it's good to see you." Now, listen to the difference. So I don't say it's nice to meet you. I say
Right.
it's good to see you.
It's good to see
There's
you. Yeah.
different energy in those words. And do you know, Abby, that some people will go their whole life in this time, in this dimension, without anyone ever saying to them, "It's good to
Mm.
see you."
Oh,
So it's very powerful to give them that gift and say, and I always like to say their name back. So I say, "It's good to see you, Abby."
it's good
What
to
a
see you,
gift you can
Nick.
give to somebody. Good to see you. Thank you. It's such an easy yet powerful gift to give each other,
It is. It really
right?
is.
Yeah.
I say the word nice a lot. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna shift to good. It's good. I
It's
can
good to
see it.
see.
Nice is nice, but good is like
Good.
good.
Right. And think about the power in that, and also the in that now, saying to someone, "It's good to see you," you're acknowledging them and validating them without
Hmm.
any construct of judgment, any biases. You don't know where they went to school, where they didn't go to school, where they work, where they don't work, how much money they have, how much money they don't have, because none of those things matter. What
Mm.
matters is it's good to see you. I see you right now, just in this now, but nothing but love. Doesn't matter what we've come to this moment with right now. Perfection is only love and only now, right now.
Wow, that was powerful. That is still marinating my body right
Yeah. There's a
now.
lot of that in the book.
Wow. Okay.
And
And it's
every chapter, Abby, at the end of the chapter has what I call the takeaway. And it's a section at the end that's bracketed off. And it's like, this is what I don't want you to miss. This is what I was really trying to get into your heart in this chapter. So it's I believe it will be a book that you'll come back to time and again. It's not something you're just going to read once. I believe you're
Mhm.
going to come back to it throughout different
Mhm.
stages and times of life. You'll also find that it's going to be a wonderful book to use as a gift. And so
Mhm.
just like Pink Socks is built on the ethos of gifting and how we've grown around the world,
Yeah,
this ethos of gifting, I believe the book is going to grow and spread the same way. It's a gift that you want to share. It's a
that's
message that you
amazing.
want to share with someone else.
That is
So
so amazing. And in a time when things can feel divided, how can we practice everyday kindness and connection? We touched on that, but any more insights will be
yeah, so
wonderful.
the best thing to do is get off the phone, put our phones down, stop looking at social media all day long, go outside, take your earbuds out, listen to the birds, listen to the train, listen to the waves, say hello to people that you're sitting next to or walk by, make eye contact, open the door for someone. Let that person at the post office, over how long it's taking standing in line, let them go in front of you. Yeah, just simple. I mean, the small things in kindness are large.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
we don't have to overthink this. It just comes
Mm-hmm,
naturally. The more we give ourselves the space and the self permission to be kind, the easier it becomes. And
mm-hmm.
we become so more attracted to other like-minded people.
Yes.
And it's really, and that's there's on the pink socks themselves, there's two design elements. One is the mustache, the handlebar mustache, which the original, the OG socks had. And then when 2017, when I did that TED talk in San Francisco, I added a puzzle piece as a design element on the socks. So now the socks have the mustache and a puzzle piece, and the puzzle piece represents the power of connection. Pink socks connecting
Ah,
people all around the world. And we literally are around the world. And, life is, we're all part of one beautiful puzzle,
yeah.
but we're each a piece, a wonderful, beautiful, grand, complicated piece in
Mm-hmm.
this beautiful puzzle. And as we see ourselves like that, how we're all connected and we work as together as one, we get this puzzle put together. Yeah, that's how
Mm-hmm.
we're showing up. And so keep doing that. Keep
Wow.
realizing that we're all part of this beautiful puzzle called life.
Wow. I love it. And so all proceeds from the book supports Pink Socks Life Inc.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kinds of initiatives does that make possible?
Yeah. Thank you. We're a 501(c)(3) nonprofit organization. So all the donations that come into us are tax deductible, and we survive on individual donors, family foundations, grants, corporate friends that you can see on the bottom of our homepage on the website. And, you know, schools are just a part of what Pink Socks helps.
Mhm.
And our, original, mission, if you will, was really a paradox. We're an organization's made up of multiple missions, not just one mission. So we, from the beginning, said, look, let's use Pink Socks not to celebrate ourselves, but to celebrate each other. And so what Pink Socks became over the years has grown into this global stage where we help promote and voice amplify the message that other nonprofits are doing and that other organizations are doing around the world, whether it be helping homeless women in a shelter in Denver or giving homeless people supplies, including socks in San
Mhm.
Diego, or helping feed hungry children in Carborough, North Carolina, or breast cancer screening for women in India, on and on and on. We give them pink socks and encourage them to wear their pink socks when they're doing their good things and posting on their social media accounts so that we
Mhm.
can they can use the hashtag pink socks to cross-pollinate into this larger tribe, this
Mm.
audience that we already have a really big global footprint. It's like saying, hey, come up on our stage and play, and we'll help amplify your message. And in doing that, everybody gets to see and cheer and celebrate and clap and donate to other organizations that are also doing good things. So it's the collective. Our mission is really this collective of celebrating people all around the world who are showing up with love and kindness and denting the universe in their own special way.
That's amazing. I love wearing socks and to wear the pink socks and to think about the mission behind it makes it even more so worth it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know, and I'm gonna have to get your mailing address after this so we can
Okay.
get you some pink socks.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna spread it on my socials. Like, I can't wait. I'm so excited right now. And before we wrap up, what's your biggest hope for the future of the Pink Socks movement?
Abby, I just hope that it keeps doing what it's done these past 10 years, and that's just organically growing one person at a time, one smile at a time, one pair of pink socks at a time. And I believe it will.
It
And
will. It
because
will.
the message of love and kindness is never gets old.
It
Gifting
doesn't.
is
No.
always fun,
Yeah.
and creating smiles and sharing space with people's heart speak that
Mm,
never gets old either. So the
doesn't.
more we do that, just it exponentially builds on itself year after year. I'm grateful to be a part of that.
Oh, that is amazing. So I know we mentioned your website again. Could you please drop the links, your social media links, your books, where to find it, and anything else you would like us to know? Please take the floor, drop them.
Yeah, I think I want to leave you with what's on the front label of the pink socks. And it really is, the mantra is the world is full of good. When you believe it, you see it. Keep doing that. Yeah.
I love it.
Don't
When you
forget that.
believe it, you see it. I
When you
love it.
believe it, you see it. What we
Love it.
focus on is what we see. There's a lot
Hmm.
of bad in the world. That's no doubt about that.
Hmm.
But what we focus on is what we will continue to see. So focus on the good. It's all around us and every
Oh,
now, if we just focus on it.
I love it. Oh my goodness, Nick. Thank you for visiting me today on Heart to Heart with Abagaba and for wrapping the world in kindness, one hug and one gift at a time.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Nicholas, I want to thank you so much again for sharing your heart with us today. Your work is such a reminder that kindness isn't complicated. It's a choice we can make in every moment with everyone we meet. Friends, you can learn more about the Pink Socks movement and Nicholas's new book, Pink Socks, in the show notes. And remember, connection, gifting, and heart speak. These are the little things that make big difference. Thank you for listening to Heart with Abagaba. Thank you for sharing this space with us on Heart to Heart with Abagaba. I hope this conversation inspired you to keep moving forward in hope and light. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone you love. Leave us a review and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of inspiration, connection, and joy. May your home be filled with peace, your heart with joy, and your spirit with the quiet strength of love. Until next time, take care of your heart, take care of each other, and keep celebrating the love that makes us family.